All right, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to use AI to build a micro offer that will help you bridge the gap of taking somebody from being a stranger into being a client with micro commitments. And these micro offers, they could be workshops, they could be lead magnets, they could be cheat sheets, they could be low ticket offers. That part doesn't matter so much. It's just breaking your main offer down into a bite-sized piece so that you have the opportunity to show them how great you are and to build some trust with them. But before I even show you that, I need to make sure that we're on the same page about offers. I have reviewed well over 500 offers, and mostly this is the biggest problem that people struggle with. They think it's, oh, my ads don't work or my content's not worked. 9 times out of 10, it's because your offer sucks, or you're out of alignment with it, or you're trying to sell something that nobody even wants in the first place. So I'm just going to do a very short, quick masterclass on the most important things that you need to know about your main offer. Because if you don't get that part right, then creating a micro offer isn't going to work, okay? So number one, as a coach, consultant, you're really only selling one of 4 things. And the more you deviate from this, the harder it will be to sell your thing, all right? You're either in one of these camps. You're either selling better love, more love, better relationships, you're selling more money, you're selling look more beautiful, or you're selling getting out of physical pain. At the end of the day, the reason that these are the 4 core offers that coaches and consultants sell is because nobody needs to be educated about what the problem is. And everybody would pay $5K plus. If they didn't have love, would you pay $5K to have more love? Yes. If you didn't have money or you were stuck with money, would you pay $5K to have more money? Yes. Would you pay $5K to look more beautiful? Yes. If you wanted to look more beautiful. And would you pay $5K to get out of pain? Yes. Great. So, and there's no confusion about that. But then I see people trying to sell, I don't even know, sound healing and alignment purpose courses. No, people don't know what that is. So this is like first and foremost, choose one of these 4. And the closer you are to these 4, the easier it's going to be to sell your offer. Then the next part that I want to share is I'm just going to show you on the inside of my offer, my core program, the one-on-one program, because it's just simple and it's lined out. And I'm going to just show you how it gets this way, right? In order for me to help somebody get to $50,000 a month, I know that I need to help them with their offer, with their brand, with a funnel process, the skills of sales or hiring a team, and then their finances and the scale parts. That's it. Those are the pieces. It's clean, it's simple. But when I was starting or like mapping it out, this is how you map out a good offer. Is there's always going to be 2 layers happening. There is what you help people with, right? So typically, you can see my thing. What are the frustrations that people have that you can help them with? And what are their goals? And a lot of people's offers, like good offers, not great offers, they just focus on this. What's the pain? What's the goal? All right. And how can I help you get there? And nothing wrong with that. For like surface level services, I suppose, because it is I'm going to help you get out of pain and achieve your goal. And then this arc is all of the things that they have to do. So this is the roadmap, this is the deliverables, this is the things that need to get built or done or learned or purchased or whatever. So there's a whole bunch of things that you know as the expert that people have to do in order to get them to the other side. What most people miss is that, and this is why coaches are so important specifically, is because you're only ever going to get the result to the degree of your own identity. And if you're a good coach, then you know how important that is. And you know that the real job is helping people become the next version of themselves. And that's on a different level. That is helping people to become the version of themselves that would be able to have more love, that would be able to make more money, that would be able to get healthy and get strong and look great, right? They have to change habits. So how do you do that? Well, this is when you're marketing and when you understand what it is you're really offering, you can offer a different language. You can speak to the inner dialogues that's going on, the fears that are coming up, the values, and you understand what you're really helping people with is becoming the next version of themselves. I would say that's probably the biggest difference that I see in the coaches and consultants who scale. Is they're actually helping people become the next version of themselves. All right. So just understand that your offer kind of has two different parts. I'm not going to go into much detail about the becoming piece. We'll just stick here because we're talking about marketing. We're talking about surface level. All right. So I want to bring this up because also another mistake that people make is they're like, should I do a low ticket or should I do a high ticket offer? Do the unscalable thing. Let me repeat this. Do the unscalable thing. You most likely do not have to worry about scaling your offer. And even most people are thinking about that in the wrong way. They're like, I need to scale my offer. I should do a group program. Well, maybe you should get better at delivering the result for your clients first. Maybe you're burnt out because you're inefficient with the way that you're coaching. Or maybe you are burnt out because you haven't built assets to get your time back. There's a lot of different ways to solve the burnout or no time. And a lot of people go about trying to solve that problem in the wrong way. And so one thing that's very important is when you're building these businesses is you build down and you scale up. I'll give you an example. In order to get a $500,000 business, right? If you can have an offer that is $5,000 or somebody pays that $2,000 a month over 3 months, you need 20 clients that you could meet with 1 hour every week. That's 20 hours a week, and you'd be making $500,000 a year. You're coaching 20 people, 1 hour a week. Now, that would be a lot. But the solution at that point isn't to do, there could be multiple solutions there. But for example, here's an easy one. Instead of meeting with them every week, meet with them every other week, and now it's 10 hours. And create some assets to support them in the same process. But the thing that people want and the thing that causes results is the unscalable thing. Only 12% of people will finish your course or even engage in the content. But your presence is what they will engage with. So you have to build offers down and then you scale it up. All right? So when I share this is what I'm talking about. You just have one core hero offer. And the big idea here from our, we say that you have one offer with multiple tiers of access. And that is the main concept here with the micro offers, right? You have one main offer. And you can break that offer apart in different ways. And you can offer different levels of service, but you have one core thing that you do. And you can change the dynamics of your offer to create more leverage and more time and more space and better results for clients. All right. And so there's a way of thinking about this, which is you build down and then you scale. So at a certain point, sure, it makes sense to switch to group. And at a certain point, it makes sense to maybe offer a course. But for most people, and getting to $50,000 per month, no, probably not. All right. And so now the next piece is when you understand, I have these pieces, right? I know what I need to do in order to get somebody from A to B. Then you need to break them apart so that they're digestible, easy to consume and take action on. All right. And so, for example, if I look at the microtrust funnel, right, this is one section of the offer. But I break it down into these are all of the different pieces to build out a microtrust funnel. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because any one of these individually as their own thing could be a micro offer that I could give away for free or as a training or as a low ticket offer, or I could run a workshop on it. In fact, I just ran, so workshops are a key piece of our system, and I ran a workshop on running workshops, right? This one thing exists by itself. But now this is really key, because sometimes when you create like micro offers or mini courses or something else, there's no connection to your main offer, right? So you want the micro offer to be like the content that you create to ultimately connect into the bigger context, right? So, and in a way, I'm doing that right now because I'm showing you a micro offer, right? So this is actually this. What is the micro offer? Well, I'm showing you how to create a freebie or a mini VSL or a cheat sheet or break something apart. This is one piece of my offer, of my program that I help people with. It's one piece. And I break this piece off and I can give it away for free or for a little bit of money, and I can help you get a result, and I can build more trust, and I can provide you with the context as to like where that one little piece fits inside of the bigger picture. And the better you can do that, the better you can, the better you can articulate and know what is your process and what is your pathway. That is a representation of your mastery. And that is the thing that people will pay lots of money for. But you have to get good, and you have to get the reps in, and you have to learn what works and what doesn't work, and how to make it simple for people so that they can implement, which is what I'm going to show you here right now. Because with AI, this now becomes more simple than ever. Okay? So here's the game plan. Underneath this video, I've built an AI, a GPT that is going to help you it's going to work with you to create your own micro offer. And these are, how you build like an AI powered business is by leveraging AI to help your clients move through the processes. So you can just start here, and you could just click this button. You could say, help me, turn this offer into, something that I could sell. And it's going to ask you some questions, and you could just answer the questions, and it will walk you through a process to map out basically it's framed as a low ticket offer. All right. Doesn't mean that you can use it as a lead magnet. You can use it as a workshop. It doesn't really matter, but it's framed as like a low ticket offer. Now, if you already have your offers and you've used AI before, here's the cheat. All right. You can just take your offers and your documents, copy paste those in, and then just ask, help me create a micro offer from these. DM to client shortcut, turn clients into conversations. You know what? I just went back one version of this. So I'll update this before you click on it so that it has some actual copywriting prowess. But what this is going to give you, it's going to give you an idea for a micro offer, right? So this one is the DM to client shortcut. I don't like that. Transformation. It's going to tell you like what is the transformation. It's going to give you the timeline, and then it's going to give you like what to include when you create it. If you wanted to frame bonuses on the back end of it, might give you a price, other pieces, and then it will also show you like some other ideas, right? So a lead tracker perhaps for mine, a solo line sales page swipe. So it'll give you some ideas, and it will tell you how to build out the main one, right? So if I was going to, you can also just talk to, right? I don't really like this one. Can you try again? The lead flow fix. I could do a workshop or a training on that, Build your solo line funnel in a weekend. It's better. Right? And then it will tell me like 5-step implementation path. So we're going to do the aligned magnet, a 1-page funnel, a nurture flow, a lead link, and a funnel tracker. Cool. Like that gives me enough to work with where I could take that out and create a small version of my offer. And I can give that away to people for free or for a small amount, and I can build some trust. All right. So the task in this one is to use the GPT, share your offer with the GPT or answer the questions, go through the flow, and come up with a micro offer that feels in alignment, that's like an easy yes for your ideal client, that would ultimately lead to them wanting to take the next step with you. All right. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.